So my parents, the place that's the penthouse and the Parkhouse, which we named, it's a duplex, and my parents had that built. And my parents were married in Detroit, moved to San Francisco. I was born in San Francisco, and we moved down to Southern California because my dad had a sister that lived here, and they built this duplex, and they were of simple means. You know, it was just a duplex in Cardiff when people could afford to live here. Things were much more affordable. But that was their place. That was the last place my father lived, and that was the last place that my mother lived. I grew up in San Francisco. I went to Catholic school, and then we moved down here to Southern California, and then I went to public school. It was kind of country here. It felt like a country back then. And I'm an only child, and we lived in a couple places, and that was the last place that I lived with my parents, was this house, the duplex. The places were still pretty original. So when we sat down, and there was a lot of conversation between Julio and I, were thinking about, you know, going forward, how were we going to do this? And we came up with the idea to make these places into vacation rentals. And there was a lot of work that had to be done. I mean, there was still, I mean, even though my mother loved it and was proud of the places, but they needed work. So we got involved. We met friend Kitschy, and the three of us, like he said, we sat here night after night going through things, we actually went in and redesigned these places. We did a lot with the kitchen, and it was exciting. I thought of my mom and my dad all the time. My dad probably would have just been speechless, and my mother, she probably would have been more like, how much did you spend on this place? That would have been her first thing. But she would have been shocked and just happy, like this was her home, and to see what we were able to turn it into. And I just know how much my parents loved living there. And that really was the exciting part, to think that we could get some wonderful people. And I just thought of people in the United States, you know, somebody coming from Arizona, somebody in California, and to see how this has turned into people from, I mean, all over the world. I stand amazed when we communicate with somebody coming from Turkey. I'm just like, somebody's coming to stay in our little place from Turkey. It's shocking to me.
Yeah, for 2 months.
Yeah, and those people stayed for 2 months, and we made friends with them. They came to our home. We had them here for a barbecue. They came to our house, their whole family. Oh my gosh, the people that we've met, it's been a joy. And every time, it never gets old. Every person that leaves a review or tells us personally how beautiful they think the place is, that it's appointed so well, is a common phrase I hear. It just makes me, again, takes me back to my mother and father. And my mother and father worked so hard. They never really got to travel much. They just, you know, their lives were simple. And to think that all these people are enjoying the fruits of their labors, you know, through them, through me, through Julio, it's just a really nice thing, you know. It really makes me feel really special.